Hi folks, welcome to your latest Planning Outlook updated on Friday the 31st of July. Now it's been a one-day wonder of a heatwave today, and we're already seeing that changing as a cold front comes in from the Atlantic now, for temperatures dropping back to where we've been quite commonly in recent times through this weekend, and some showers in the forecast, although on balance this weekend isn't looking so bad for many places. We do have some spells of wind and rain though that are likely to move back in off the Atlantic as we go into the early and middle stages of the week ahead, with maybe just the suggestion of higher pressure starting to build for some drier, warmer conditions further onwards. Now the satellite picture tells the story of today. Just to start off with, we've got the hot air being drawn up from Spain and France, a real classic Spanish plume event where the air mass is all coming up from the south. We then have a cold front lying out to the west, as often is the case in these sorts of patterns. When you're drawing up the air from the south, there's always something nagging in from the west just to change that pattern. Some thunderstorms starting to pop up over France. This was on Friday afternoon, and the front to the west also producing some thundery bursts of rain, and it's all that's lying to the west of that over the Atlantic that is our weather incoming then for the weekend and beyond. A little bit of a mess of areas of showers and cloud and some rain at times, but not as deeply unstable as perhaps it looked at one point. So most of the showers not generally that heavy. Here's your sequence then for the next few days, and this is Saturday. We've got rid of that cold front and the hot air away toward the east early in the day. Some residual dregs from that just around first thing. Some of those toward the northeast of Scotland, those will clear. Then it's just a few patches of showers around some western regions, which may just hang around for a while. Generally drizzly, but could just give rain on and off for a few hours early Saturday morning for West Wales, for the Lake District and Western Pennines, and a few around the western coast of Scotland too. Most of those will fade out, and actually some dry and sunny conditions should break through from the west as a brief ridge comes across from Ireland over the Irish Sea, and showers across Scotland will be generally few and far between. There'll be a few around through the course of the day, and cloud breaks should lift towards many higher tops. A few of the high summits may just hold cloud though through the course of the day. Temperatures, well, back to normal for where we've been in many respects. The next feature coming in from the Atlantic will bring the risk of some further rain, though, coming back across Ireland to western Britain by the end of Saturday, and some rain around then overnight into early Sunday. A generally fresh westerly breeze across the British Isles through Sunday daytime, with a scattering of showers thrown in, those passing west to east across Scotland, the odd heavy one by the afternoon in eastern regions. As mentioned, not looking quite as potent for thunderstorms Sunday afternoon, but the odd heavy shower can't be ruled out locally to the eastern side of the Cairngorms in particular, and the odd one around the Cheviots and the Pennines also possible for Sunday afternoon. Again, some cloud breaks, higher tops may just struggle, particularly in western Scotland, but breaks of that cloud typically pretty good the further east you go, away from the showers. Monday is a little bit complicated toward the south. This feature skipping across the English Channel may just affect Wales for a time with some rain around, but I think most of that rain is just a bit further south. Otherwise, it's a story again of a showery westerly flow across the northern half of Britain, those showers transferring in from western coasts inland towards eastern districts as you go through into Monday afternoon. Again, the odd heavy shower, most of them pretty well scattered and light. A ridge of higher pressure just building in from the west to follow that, so western regions becoming drier and sunnier as the day is going on. But the next weather systems, though, waiting in the wings over the Atlantic. It's all a bit of a tangled mess as we go into Tuesday, but the idea is that fronts will come steaming in and some rain will arrive to turn heavy. At the moment, the focus is for southwest Scotland, northwest England, and particularly West Wales for the heaviest of that rain setting in through the day on Tuesday. The risk of winds strengthening significantly as well as that rain moves in. A chance that northern Scotland may escape largely dry if those fronts don't get too far northwards, but the central southern parts of the Highlands are likely to see rain spill in, and it may be only very patchy rain that gets to the North Pennines, but again, rain either way, I suggest, is filling in for much of England, Wales and southern Scotland through the course of Tuesday. Low cloud coming in too to shroud particularly western hills around the Irish Sea to low levels. Now I'll skip straight to this chart at this stage because that tangled mess is rather uncertain into the middle of the week, so we can't get too clever with the detail for rain at the moment. The idea though that there's a few pulses of rain that will come from the southwest through into Wednesday as well, so some further heavy rain and strong winds likely to remain in the forecast for a day or so. The heaviest rain focused on western hills and mountains. That may take its time to completely get out of the picture, but the idea is that higher pressure is starting to build from the south and some warmer, more humid air is being drawn in again as we head onwards to the second half of the week. Western Scotland, the far north as well, may just hang on to fronts skirting through even Thursday, Friday. I'm not quite convinced that they'll be as around as extensively as perhaps suggested by this model chart. But it's just the risk of still not quite getting rid of weather systems in the later part of the week. Higher pressure does show itself as building further south though, and I think the idea is looking quite optimistic for the end of the week for many places, with some warm conditions coming in again and some sunshine pretty widely, cloud breaking, but with some humidity. It might be that some banks of low cloud are a bit stubborn around some western coastal mountains, for example. The early indication for next weekend is that high pressure will be on the scene. We'll see how that develops because one or two indications are more optimistic than others, but I think we can start to build a story of improvement in the second half of the week and towards that weekend. Stay up to date then, as always, with the latest local forecasts for your area on our website, updated every single day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.